Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to the Prismata Early Access. Absolutely. I just want to say thank you very much for the previous video. It was quite well received actually, and given that this is, I guess, sort of an Age of Empires channel, I expected something that was not the status quo to perhaps not go down so well. But everyone that watched the video seemed to think it was pretty interesting, so I'm pleased about that, especially because Prismata has just gone free to play. And that means there's going to be a big influx of new people, and perhaps there may be an opportunity to make a few YouTube videos that are well done, well edited, well produced, with an interesting voice. I'm not expecting millions of views, but I do have a month off work. So with that time, and for Prismata being free to play, perhaps, you know, it'll be fun. This is what I want to do. I really love this game, and I'd like to make some more YouTube videos. What does that mean for Age of Empires? Well, me and MC Jim, we have some plans for the community channel. All will be unveiled on the 1st of October. Exciting stuff. This channel in particular, though, I have a month off. I'm sure I'll be able to upload some videos of Age of Empires as well. And I'm actually quite pleased, because now the summer is over. I'll make 2 drones here. I will have a lot more time. My job is very, very busy in the summer. So going forward into the colder months, I will have more time to dedicate to YouTube. And I think that's something I'd really like to start ramping up with Age of Empires 4 and the definitive editions on the way. But if you are looking at this thinking, what the hell is it? I would encourage you to watch the previous video. I'm going to go with a conduit here, start producing green. I don't think I want to be building an extra engineer. That looks good. My previous video, I explained all the basics. I won't be doing that here. But really, the best way to experience this game would be to just download it. It's free to play. Hop into the campaign. It's very well done, quite an interesting story, and it teaches the game very well, the basics. 11 drones, 2 more. My opponent's laying down an Animus. This is the only building I think that we didn't get to see in the previous video. We saw the Flame Animus. This is another base set unit. The difference is it supplies 2 red, whereas all the other tech buildings only give 1. And with that, I think you might want to be getting the Smorkus and obviously the Tarsiers, which we've seen before as well. I'm going to lay down a Blast Forge. This will allow me to respond with a wall if he does put down the Smorkus, which is essentially just a ordinary attacker, start of turn, game 1 attack. But it does come with a click ability as well. It allows you to spend both the red for an additional second attack. There's the one now coming down. So even if you don't do that damage, it's quite good at threatening. Although he has threatening 2 damage, I actually only think 1 damage is going to be coming out, because he'll probably be wanting to build Tarsiers or perhaps another Smorkas. For me, either way, I think a wall is important. We want to be absorbing the damage for optimal efficiency. Couple more drones, and I think I actually will add in a 3rd engineer. I didn't want to do it right away, as I needed a Blast Forge out early on, but we've got that now. The wall is up. Will he waste that final red, or will he find a way to spend it? Riso 4 coming out. Okay, that spends the red. This is a legendary building. In fact, we have 2 legendaries in this set, Thunderhead as well as Riso 4. And by that, I just mean we can only make 1 of them. Every unit has a limited supply, but some more than others. This is interesting though. This defines his whole playstyle. Most legendaries do, or they come with a really interesting, unique effect. In this case, it's going to take 5 turns to come online, but when it does, he will gain 1 attack for each force field he has in play. So basically what he'll do, just before it comes online, turn all his drones, or as many as he can, into force fields, and then they will essentially be 1 damage attackers. Really cheap, 1 gold attackers. So this is a timing push, because obviously he's going to destroy his economy to do it. So here I think 3 drones and a militia, which is just an ordinary 1 damage attacker, except it has an interesting click ability where you can, if you click it, instead of doing damage, you get 1 gold instead. So it can be economy or military. It's just a flexible unit depending what you need. So we're stacking a lot of green. The plan is to get Thunderhead out, so we're almost there. Here I actually am going to collect the militia. My 1 damage would just be absorbed anyway on that Rhino, so I might as well, instead of it doing nothing, I can trade it in for 1 extra gold. 3 damage coming in, 1 on the engineer, 2 on the wall. We've now got 5 green, gold in. Boom. And I'm going to click these militia again. 0 damage. Now his wall's doing nothing. Deny that absorb. So Thunderhead is this absolutely gargantuan defender. 11 HP. So nothing's getting past him, but he does have a lifespan of 3. So what you're getting is like 3 turns of invincibility, more or less. And it does 4 damage per turn as well. So a very powerful unit, but short-lived. The plan though, behind the Thunderhead, we've been making quite a lot of drones, and you see the Venge Cannon. This is how I'm going to deal with the timing that's coming. We need to stockpile a lot of green, and then just before the Reso 4 comes online, Venge Cannon is basically we're gonna get rid of all the drones, which are quite vulnerable and squishy, and turn them into these really high HP cannons that supply 2 damage each. And then there won't really be any need to defend. We can just go all in on attack, which is just something I absolutely love about Prismata. You can just ignore defense altogether, and we're gonna need the shit ton of conduits though. I'm actually gonna get rid of this militia and waste the blue just to free up 4 conduits. This is how we beat the Reso 4 though. We're going breach proof, make it so there's nothing squishy or nothing vulnerable for him to kill. Everything I have will be tanky. And when the force fields start coming out, here we go. Each one of them is going to be supplying a damage, remember. We can just chuck like constant damage at them and just kill them off. Alright, this is go time. Rip drones. Nice. And we'll get a Gauss cannon and a militia as well, both of which are fairly high HP. They'll fit right in with this strategy. 6 damage. Not enough to kill any force fields this turn, which is a shame because he killed Thunderhead. 1 less damage and he wouldn't have been able to do that. So well played from him. I should have mentioned that Thunderhead is what's called frontline. Basically, your opponent can assign damage to your frontline units. So he's not achieving as much as I hoped he would. That's alright, and he's bought us enough time to convert most of the drones. First breach though, those unlucky few, he needs to kill them off because he knows I'll turn them into Venge Cannons. Leaving 2, that's clever, because I need 3 minimum to make a Venge Cannon, and the rest kills some of my damage. Alright, my 15 damage versus his 19. We'll turn these couple of drones into force fields, and the Venge Cannons actually have a click ability. Exchange green for Gauss charges. 15 damage, here we go though. Force fields going down left, right, and center. Second breach, let's see what he kills. Gauss charges. Maybe not. Killing the Venge Cannon is a good idea because it does permanent damage, but equally the Gauss charges are going to be killing his force fields, so that's a good middle ground. Kill a militia. No economy. We'll exchange more green for Gauss charges, and this is worth doing even though the cannons lose 2 HP, because the Gauss charges, well, 6 Gauss charges for 4 HP. It's a good exchange if you have the green. We are bleeding out here, and he's still making defense, but it's worth pointing out he is defending on those force fields, which is a bit like killing damage. Well, it is killing damage. Yeah, I like that best, killing my Venge Cannon. The Gauss charges can be thought of as like grenades. They do 1 damage, but then they're used up. So he's got this dilemma of killing permanent damage or being able to stop 1-time burst damage. Here we go, my first breach. Reso 4 neutralized. Make some more Gauss cannons. And that should be the end of his Tarsiers and 5 drones. Thank you very much for watching. Let's give him the heart emoji. I just want to go into the analyze mode and quickly annihilate all the Tarsiers. It's always a shame because people end up quitting too early. So let's simulate his turn. He'll kill my Gauss charges. And 1 damage on a Venge Cannon, I suppose. And then here, I would overrun the wall. And BAM! And a drone. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And jump into Prismata. It's free to play. And it's a lot of fun. Bye.